It's an awesome show today. Not only will we be telling you about this family who is being threatened for taking cute little Batman pictures with their family, I'll also tell you how you can win a Galaxy Tab 3. Oh, today's show's gonna be sweet.
This is the Brett Mason Show. Hey, hey, hey! My name is Brett, this is my show. This is my show.
Hello, welcome into another podcast. My name is Brett Mason, and I want to thank you for listening to the Brett Mason Show and podcast. Whether you found us on Facebook at facebook.com/BrettMason69, or maybe you found us on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, using the search term Brett Mason Show, or maybe on YouTube. I'm glad you're here today, and a very special hello to all the folks who have downloaded our custom Android app. You can find it on the Marketplace Google Play Store just by searching for Brett Mason Show. And our iOS app, it's been in the approval process for 18, 19 days now. It should have been up, and it's not. So if you're an iOS user, we will have the iOS app up soon. We've made it really easy to connect to us in all those different ways. Pretty much you choose how you want to listen or watch. We've got a way for you, and you can find all those ways, and it's as simple as a click to pick the one you like. Just go to brett-mason.com/connect. It's got a little dash in there, brett-mason.com/connect. Boy, today's interesting show. Once we're revealing our contest, we will be giving away a Galaxy Tab 3, which I'm really pumped about. So we're going to be doing that to some folks who listen to the podcast. And let me tell you, if you've ever participated in contests, your odds are really good of winning this one. Because it's not like we have 10,000s of listeners. We just don't. I mean, I actually have more listeners than I thought at this stage, so I'm definitely not complaining. I'm very happy and satisfied with where we're at. But your odds are really good. You know, if you try to win contests off the radio and stuff, of course, they probably give away more. And some of them not all that really amazing, but some of them give away more. You're competing with a lot of people. So I'll tell you how you can win that and how you can participate coming up in just a couple of minutes. Right now, I got to talk about this family who, man, I tell you, the internet really frustrates me sometimes. Now, it goes beyond that. The internet really makes me sad sometimes. There's something about being behind your little keyboard that will allow you to rip off things you'd never say to somebody's face. And look, I'm not saying that in a judgmental way. I've done that myself. As a matter of fact, in the past week, I've either went and deleted comments or posts I've made, and then I went back and hid them a couple of times. And so I'm by no means a saint in this area, but I haven't ever gone as far as what you will see that happened in this story. And it's, you know, if people, what gets me is you can't feign concern for people and then threaten to hurt them. You're just not being genuine. I saw a story a couple of weeks ago about a child that was left in a car, and this child survived, but you know, it was fine. They spotted him in the car, and I mean, I could do a whole other show on that. That's so gut-wrenching and horrible when that situation happens. But the internet blew up with people threatening these parents' lives. I'm of the persuasion that you can't be for public life and public safety and public health if you threaten to harm people. Now you can try to explain that away all you want, whatever. You know, it's you and your business, whatever. But fundamentally, it just can't be true. If you're a Christian, which most people in the South are, I don't think you can find the backing for that anywhere in the words of Jesus. Jesus was a very non-aggressive. Don't give me the story of him and the money changers. It was one incident. It was a very specific purpose for that. Any other encounters you see with him, with people who were hostile, Jesus was submissive. He was passive. He tried the peaceful route. He encouraged other people to try the peaceful route to the point of running away from confrontation. So that to me is the great irony in this story. And I'm going to play this clip. This is a clip that aired on the local TV station. If you want to see we may play the clip in its entirety, we may not, but I'll have a link to the clip down below on the my website where this podcast is hosted. If you want to see it, it's also in the description of the YouTube video. Because a lot of you guys are listening, you're not watching the video version of the podcast. So either way, you can either find it on the website or you can find it posted in the section down up under the video. So here we go. Check out this video and check this story. This story's unbelievable. It's crazy.
In Wisconsin is being threatened with violence after posting their new family pictures online.
Did you hear? They were threatened with violence after posting family pictures online. If you read that as a headline, I mean, what do you think? What can you even say to that? A family has been threatened with violence after posting their family photos online. Oh, some days the internet depresses me.
Roxanne Daly surprised her husband with a Batman-themed photo shoot for Father's Day. For a background, they used railroad tracks near their home.
I don't think, and I have a lot of photographer people that I follow or have followed, and every one of them does photos on railroad tracks. I'm not saying it's the smartest thing to do, but I think if you use a little bit of forethought, I think if you do a little bit of research, I think if you pick the right section of track, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I'm going to try to go back because there was a great shot.
They posted pictures on Facebook. Fine. Roxanne.
There you go. Now, when you pause it, it darkens the top. But I'm going to rewind this and start again. But you look just as far, if you're, and I'm sorry, if you're listening to the audio version of this, I apologize. This isn't doing anything for you, but you can click the link and watch the video. But I'm going to stop doing visuals for the sake of my folks listening to audio. But as far as you can see back there, it's straight track. I mean, there's no way a train is going to sneak up on these people. So here we go with the story.
Daly surprised her husband with a Batman-themed photo shoot for Father's Day. For a background, they used railroad tracks near their home. They posted pictures on Facebook and had 200,000 likes within a day, but some people also sent threats accusing the couple of putting their son in danger.
Some people posted our address on the internet, make threats.
Okay, you're getting way... See, that's what gets me. When you start posting somebody's address to a crowd of hostile, crazy people, to me, you've become the lawbreaker at that point because you don't know any of those people. You have a group of people who are commenting on something really that's none of their business. Nobody got injured. The family seems like a reasonably intelligent family. So your comment, you are participating in a comment mob, and so you're like a bunch of piranhas, and you don't know which of those people are mentally ill, which of those people are violent, and you just toss the address in there. First of all, if you weren't a coward, you would just take the address and you would go handle it yourself. So you were a coward, first of all. Secondarily, what are you thinking? I don't understand. I don't even understand. The family's fine. You wanted to express your concern for the child. You would have gained a lot more in that regard if you had simply said, man, I was looking at your photos and they're adorable, but I'm really concerned about the safety of your shoot there. I really hope you took a lot of precautions, or you had permission. And if you didn't, I'd encourage you to really study train. And here's some links you can read for, just something constructive, not you're evil parents and you should die and here's your address. But I digress.
Let's say that they're going to show up to the house in the middle of the night.
I was begging him to go to a hotel for the night because I was terrified.
Family says they had...
Wow. According to Wisconsin law, only railroad workers are allowed near the tracks, but the couple says they did not know about that law. They made police aware of the threats, but so far no action's been taken.
This story has made me do a few things. First, it inspired me to do this podcast. Secondly, it inspired me to rethink comments I make on the internet, posts I make, things I share. And I think any situation that's worthy of igniting a fire in you or a passion in you is also capable of changing you for the better. And I'll admit I don't always change for the better. Let's just be honest about it. But at times I do. I'm a much different person than I was 10 years ago. I can tell you that. I'm an extremely different person. So the links to the video for you listening to the audio, or again, I've told you where the links are. You can go watch the video yourself. Please comment on this on the Facebook page comments, or on the website comments, or on the YouTube comments, however you chose to listen. Whatever's closest to you to make a comment, please do that. That would be awesome. And I'm going to tell you how you can win this Galaxy Tab 3 in just seconds. Stand by. It's time to set you up with instructions to how to win this. I thought of a lot of different ways to do this. I thought about doing, everybody comment below and we'll do a random drawing. I thought about doing because there's actually a contest software you can use where everybody clicks a link and they go there and they click, yeah, I want to be involved in it. It just basically snags your, your name and whatever from your Facebook profile. Then it'll randomly select a winner. I originally thought about doing that one. Really was the way I wanted to go. But I started thinking about it, and I decided I wanted to reward folks who are passionate and loyal. And that way it takes some of the chance out of it. I've always liked contests, even all my years in radio. I've liked contests where you can affect your ability to win instead of it being completely random. Now, I understand that completely random is quote-unquote the fair way. That doesn't necessarily mean that the fair way is the best. There was a lot of people who, when I was in radio, they were the most passionate listeners to our show. They called every day that we had a phone topic. They would come out to so many broadcasts. They would bring cakes and stuff. And then when it came time to win the contest, they just couldn't get through. And I really wanted those folks to win something. I think loyalty counts for something. So here's how the contest is going to work. We're going to do a point system where the person with the most points at the end of the contest will win the Galaxy Tab 3. If you want a complete list of the technical rules, you can get them at brettmason.com/rules. All right, rule number 1, to get points, you can like the Facebook post that this podcast is linked to. If you found the podcast from some other way other than Facebook, all you got to do is go to my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/brettmason69. Scroll down till you see the post with this particular podcast. And all you got to do is just like the post. Easy peasy. The second thing you can do is share that same Facebook post with your friends. So just click the share button and go, this is a crazy podcast with Brett Mason and some guy in a Batman suit. So click the share button. The third thing you can do is comment on that same Facebook post using this formula right here. The first word of your comment, I'll explain why this has to be this way. The first word of your comment must start with the last letter of your last name. As an example, my name's Brett Mason. The last letter of my last name is N, so I'd need to make a comment that the first word of it starts with an N, like this. Now this is awesome! Exclamation point. Since my comment started with now, which starts with the word N, which is the last letter of my last name, that would be a valid comment. Why do I do this? Because if you could just comment any random thing, you'd never have to listen to another podcast. So this one will change with every podcast. The first two will always be the same. So let me tell you, you can be a really lazy person, and every time you see me post a new podcast, you can just go click like and you'll get a point, and you can click share and you'll get a point. The third point will be for the rabid folks. That'll be the folks that listen to the podcast, because every podcast I will give you a new step 3. Next time it may be your comment has to begin with the number 12. Or the next time your comment might need to start with the word blue or whatever. So it'll change every time. So folks who listen to the podcast will have the benefit of getting an extra point each time, since it is a points-based contest. The most passionate, the most loyal, the most engaged folks will get an extra leg up on everybody else. So that's how that's going to work. So you can get a maximum of 3 points for every podcast I do. Every time you see a new podcast post come up on brettmason.com, or on the Facebook page, facebook.com/brettmason69. Anytime you see a new one come up, just go like that post on Facebook, share it on Facebook, and then make a comment per the rules of the podcast. And if you only want to get 2 points, you can just do the like and share. So, maximum of 3 points. The contest will run its course. At the end of it, we'll take the person with the highest number of points and hook you up with the Galaxy Tab 3, which is just awesome. Now, here's the thing. I really want people to be engaged, and I want you to have a chance to win. I have to actually pay for people to see my post. If I just make a post on Facebook, and I have 7,000 friends on Facebook, if I just make a post, 49 people will see it, 68 people will see it, 12 people will see it, which is well and good if you're the 12th person or you're one of the 68 or whatever. If you're one of the other 7,000, well, you're screwed. So I actually pay for my posts. But even with that, like I was looking at my podcast I did today, I've paid to expose it to my people who come to my page all day long today. And I have 7,000 fans. Still only about 1,200 have seen it. So even with all the money I've spent, they still haven't got it to the 7,000. So I tell you that to tell you this. If you want to guarantee that you see every post, so you make sure that you get 3 points every time, if you go to my Facebook page, which is Brett Mason, facebook.com/BrettMason69, and you hover over the like button. If you hover over that, there will be a option for you to get notifications, and you just click that. So hover over it, or you might see a right arrow down or something. I think if you just hover over it, but you might have to right click the arrow down or something like that. If you do that, you'll be able to get notifications, and what that'll do is every time I make a post, your little notifications bar, it'll just light up, and when you go to check your notifications, it'll say, "Oh, Brett Mason has posted a new post. You should go read it." So that'll give you a leg up. I tell you that because it'll make sure that you see my posts, and it'll make sure that you can get 3 points every time. And I'm excited about doing a contest. I love doing the podcast. Like I said at the very beginning of the show, I have way more listeners than I thought I would have after doing it a couple of weeks. And so thanks for listening. Thanks for sharing. Share this podcast. You have extra incentive now, not just because you like me, or not just because you thought what I said was interesting, but you share it. That's a point towards winning that Galaxy Tab 3, which is a nice tablet. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Vas Badanya. Hasta luego. See ya.
This is the Brett Mason Show.